But Congressman-elect Bowman, great to see you. Thank you for being with us. I think you share the sentiment of a lot of people. You call it a slap in the face, particularly the $600 one-time payment. It's offensive in the world's richest country that it took this long, and then and folks are getting $600. Some people are getting $300 a week in extended unemployment. There are other benefits available out there, but fundamentally, $600 is what we gave them after giving them $1,200 10 months ago.
It's infuriating, and thank you so much for having me. We need to be reminded that the House, Democrats in the House, passed the HEROES Act several months ago, which was in north of $3 trillion and provided $1,200 per month in terms of stimulus payments. I mean, when we look at $600 a month and $300 per week, after I pay my rent and pay my cable and pay my phone bill and do some food shopping, that's it. I'm done. Where's the next relief package going to come from? Now, let me be clear. I'm glad that we have money going directly to Americans. People are struggling and people need it. But we have to get right back to the table right after inauguration to make sure we get a more robust stimulus package going. But also we begin to take steps towards rebuilding the American economy, because too many people were living in poverty and hungry even prior to the pandemic.
One of the things that we've heard talked about is this thing called a K-shaped recovery. And I want to put that up on the screen to explain what we're talking about. We have record-setting stock markets right now. The investor class has done very, very well since March. Wealth for the top 600 people in America has increased by over $1 trillion. But if you're working class, you're working poor, or you're unemployed, this looks like what it is. It's a recession. We've never really confronted this kind of situation, but Congressman-elect Bowman, you know that that's how things have been going for the last 15 or 20 years, right? The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. This idea that a rising tide lifts all boats is simply not true. It lifts yachts, and most of us live in dinghies.
It's a broken system, and the system has been broken for several decades. Some call it plantation capitalism. I call it slavery by another name. It's a system that financially oppresses the majority of Americans, and COVID has revealed how broken the system is for most of us. Jeff Bezos has become the first 200 billionaire in American history, on his way to being the first trillionaire by 2026, and over 300,000 people are dead from a global pandemic. That's the inhumane, corrupt, evil system that we all exist within. The stock market is not the true measure of a healthy economy. Our well-being is the true measure of a healthy economy, and cash flow is the true measure of a healthy economy. We have too many unemployed and underemployed, too many uninsured and underinsured, and this is why we need a federal jobs guarantee, a $15 minimum wage, and reparations for the African-American community to rebuild our country in a way that works for everyone.
You want to reimagine, according to what was written in the Root. You want to reimagine the Democratic Party. Let me quote you, where you say, "I don't think Obama is the standard we should be striving toward." Bowman told the Root. "I think Obama represents a certain demographic of the Democratic Party, but the Democratic Party is a big and diverse tent. I think the Squad and myself represent more of what's happening right now in the party, on the ground, in the streets, particularly with parts of the community that we haven't always engaged very well." Spell that out for me. Who's not represented, and what do you think it should look like?
So during our primary against Eliot Engel, we were able to triple voter turnout and triple turnout amongst young people and people of color. Why? Because we went to Edenwald housing projects. We went to Boston Secor housing projects. We went to Gun Hill Road. We went to places where the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, many parties, haven't gone in quite some time. People do not see their elected officials enough. They only see them around the time where elected officials want to vote from the people. We have to engage the disengaged. We have to grow the base. Even in this record-setting presidential election, 80 million Americans did not vote. And it's because they don't trust the system and they don't believe in the system. And they have a right to not trust and believe in the system because historically the system has failed them. So we were able to grow those numbers because we engaged people who have been historically ignored and historically neglected. And if we don't bring those people into the process and give them a seat at the table, we'll continue to perpetuate a system that's oppressive and harmful to tens of millions of Americans.
Congressman-elect Jamal Bowman, I've been looking forward to this conversation. Thank you for joining me. Look forward to having many more with you. Jamal Bowman is the new congressman-elect for New York 16th District. Thank you, sir.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.